Welcome. Today we're going to move through a nice little yoga flow. Take your time, listen to your body. Some props you might need would be a block or even a thick pillow that you could use to bring the ground closer to you. I'm sitting on mine right now as my hips and lower back are a little tight, so it just allows me to sit more comfortably and be able to keep a nice long tall spine. So go ahead and find a nice comfortable seated position with your legs crossed. Sit up tall. And for now, just allow your eyes to close and listen to my voice. We're going to start with just bringing some awareness to our breath, allowing your inhales and exhales to flow naturally through your nose. And as you breathe here, if you notice that the breath seems to expand in the chest and shoulders, see if you can relax those shoulders back and down. And as you inhale, see if you can try to expand your belly. And as you exhale, allow that belly to relax and retract. If that doesn't work for you today, let it go and simply focus on breathing through your nose. Another few moments here. If your eyes are closed, you can gently blink them open. And then on your next inhale, we're going to float the arms up, stretching long. And exhale, just bring your hands through heart center into a prayer. It's like a big morning stretch. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And exhale through heart center. We'll take that one more time, trying to keep your breath still through the nose. Take a moment at heart center. Take one full breath in. And then allow yourself to sigh it out. On your next inhale, reach up, gaze up. On your exhale, gently twist to the right. Let your hands come down. Your right hand is behind you for support. Left hand can rest on your thigh. And see if you can just gaze over your shoulder, keeping your chin down. And take a nice breath in and out. On your next inhale, untwist and reach back up nice and tall. And exhale to the other side. Hands come down, left hand behind you. Right hand can gently hold your thigh or knee. Next inhale, untwisting, reaching up tall. And on your exhale, coming off of our hips, rolling to a tabletop position. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me better. Your block can go off in front of you to the side. Hands are under our shoulders, knees are under our hips. And then we'll inhale. We're going to drop the belly button towards the floor, gaze forward. And on your exhale, you're going to tuck your chin in, tuck your tailbone as if you're trying to press your spine up towards the sky. Again, your inhale will drop the belly button towards the ground. Hips press back, chest reaches forward, gaze goes forward. And then your exhale starts to round your spine, tuck your chin, tuck your hips. And go ahead and move through that a few more times at your own pace with your breath. If it feels unnatural to move with your breath, that's okay. Just do the best you can. It's a practice, it takes time to learn. One more round through our cat and cow, the movement we're doing here. And then we'll take our first child's pose. Go ahead and allow your knees to go as wide as they have to. Allow your toes to touch. Sit your hips back as far as you can to your heels and just allow your forehead to drop to the mat. Your arms are just soft. They can either reach in front of you or you can even bring them back by your sides if that feels better. I prefer my hands in front and keeping my shoulders soft. Take a breath in and allow yourself to sigh out. Relax your shoulders as you exhale. Relax your hips. Trying to connect that mind and body. On your next inhale, come back to tabletop. We're going to engage the core and work a little balance here in a balancing tabletop. We're going to start by inhale, extend your left leg back. And before we lift that leg, just take a little calf stretch. You can kind of press your heel back, use your hands to kind of push the hips back. Feel that stretch in the bottom of your foot, the calf. Nice release there. And then float your weight forward so shoulders are in line over your hands. And then go ahead and float that foot. Try not to turn your hips. We want to keep our hips side by side. And then we're going to reach the right arm out. If that's too much of a challenge for your balance, just keep your hand down and work with just the leg for today. If your gaze is focused down at the floor, it will help the balance. Take one big inhale, reaching front to back. And on your exhale, see if you can draw your knee through center. If your arm is floating, you're going to bring your elbow through center as well. And then inhale, extend again. On your exhale, pulling the belly button in, pressing the spine to the sky, just like we did in that cat position. And then our inhale goes long. If you're not using the hand, it just stays planted, but you still get that same movement. Inhale long, and then exhale, relax. We'll take it to the other side. Right leg extends back, pressing my heel back, taking that little calf stretch, the stretch for the sole of my foot. And then allow my weight to come back to neutral. Hip over my knee, shoulders over my wrists. My back leg floats. Keep your gaze steady in yoga. That's called your drishti. And then the left arm will reach if we're taking it there. Pause for a moment, steady your breath. If the balance isn't here on this side, don't force it. And then when you're ready to move on an exhale, knee or knee and elbow come through center. And then inhale long. Exhale through center. Again, if we're not using the arm, it looks like this. Same concept. We exhale, pull the knee through center, rounding the spine. And we inhale, lengthen with a neutral spine. We'll take one more. And then inhale long. Exhale, release. And go ahead and find that child's pose one more time. Knees wide, toes touch. Sit back. Relax your head down. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and bring it back to tabletop. We'll find our first downward facing dog. By tucking our toes under, lift your hips up and back as if you're trying to press your butt to the sky, relaxing your head, no tension in your neck. Maybe give it a little shake, yes and no. And you can gaze between the feet if that helps you relax your shoulders, your neck. Any free movement here is welcome. We can pedal out the ankles and hips and knees. And then find some stillness. And then very slowly, we're going to walk the feet towards the hands or your hands to your feet. Coming into our first fold. Feet are side by side. Take an inhale and exhale. And then slowly bend your knees deeply. And then use your leg strength to inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment, take a breath. Let's take a little stretch through our side body. Inhale the arms up. Interlace your fingers, releasing pointer fingers, and on your exhale, reach to one side. Inhale back to center, and exhale to the other side. Now we want to use our legs here. So even though our arms look like the thing that's reaching up and over, we want to push our hips in the opposite direction so we can almost create a C shape with our body. One more time, each side. Big inhale in center, grow tall. On your exhale, reach over. Keep the chest tall so we don't turn to face the floor. We want to imagine we're facing the sky slightly. When you inhale through center on that last side, exhale, relax your arms by your side. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a breath. We're going to take those side bends again. This time we're going to hold them for a couple breaths. So we want to reach a place where we can get into that side bend and not hold our breath, not feel like we're going so far and we just want to get out of it. We want to feel the stretch, but be able to breathe there. So I encourage you to step the feet together. It allows you to use the legs a little more, but you don't have to if that doesn't work for you. Inhale the arms up. Interlace your fingers, release those pointer fingers. We're going to use that grip to imagine you're going to pull your arm over your ear ever so gently. Find that spot where you can feel the stretch, but you can breathe without shrugging your shoulders. We want to keep them relaxed. Imagine you're breathing into your whole side body, creating space. Weight is kind of back in your heels so the hips can open forward and the heart lifts. Take one more breath. Inhale back to center. Take a moment here, reground, shift the weight back if it came forward. And then on your next inhale, grow tall. And exhale, slowly make your way to the other side. Heart is lifting, hips are forward. Breathe into that side body as you stretch. And then inhale, coming back to center. Release your grip. On your exhale, baby back bend. Cactus your arms, lift your heart. Inhale back to center. We'll move through that a couple times. Exhale, baby back bend. Cactusing your arms, lifting your heart, hips forward. Inhale, one more time. Exhale, baby back bend. And then inhale, center. And exhale, fold forward. Soften your knees on the way down. Keep your weight this time in your toes. Now that we're folding, we want the weight in the balls of our feet and towards the toes a little more so that there's a release in the lower back. Your knees can be as soft, as bent as you want them to be. And here we can use that block to bring the floor closer which might feel better on our hamstrings and back. So play with it and see how that feels. We have two options in this fold here. We're going to breathe here for a bit. So you can either lean into that block or even lean into your hands on the floor. If that's enough, just take it there and breathe. With every exhale, relax your back, relax your shoulders, relax your legs. If you want to take this a little deeper, you can gently hold your ankles, calves, or even your heels, as long as the elbows are behind you. And you can use that grip to gently pull yourself into almost like a tighter hug of your chest towards your thighs. Your weight is still forward. And like I said, this should be a gentle pull. We should be able to breathe. We should still be able to relax our back and our legs with our exhales. And with this gentle pull, our biceps are engaged, but we should try to relax our shoulders. Wherever you are, you're going to take one more breath there. If you're holding onto your legs somewhere, bring those hands back to the mat or your block. On an inhale, we're going to lift partially with a flat back. Your hands can go to your shins for support. Exhale and fold. One more time. Inhale with that flat back. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands. Step it back to a plank. Top of a push-up, right? We can always drop the knees for support here. And on your exhale, elbows come back, lower slow. Relaxing at the bottom. We're going to uncurl those toes. Tops of our feet press into the mat. Inhale, use your back strength, not your hands, and lift your chest for baby cobra. Your feet are pushing into the mat, your thighs, your hips, your belly, and you simply lift the chest ever so slightly, shoulders back and down, breathing here. On your next exhale, relax down, look to your right, let your left ear rest on the mat, and let your arms come by your sides, palms up. Next inhale, lift the head, bring those hands back under your shoulders. And then when you're ready, baby cobra. And now we can use the hands for a little help to come to full cobra, pressing those hands down, belly button lifts, heart shines forward, legs reach back. And release. Looking to the left this time, right ear on the mat, arms by your sides. Take a couple breaths in this belly shavasana. Next inhale, lift your head, hands come back. When you're ready, going to that cobra one more time. Inhale it up. And on your exhale, release, curling the toes under, press through tabletop, and then find your downward facing dog. Take a breath here, in and out. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step that foot between your hands and drop your back knee, uncurling your toes. Take that block and bring it inside that front foot. We're going to use that in a little bit. When you're ready and that foot is planted, inhale up. On your exhale, keep your front heel planted and see if you can drop the hips a little lower. If the heel comes up, simply walk your foot forward and maybe out to the side a bit more. Take one more breath here. On your exhale, hands come down, framing your front foot. Left hand on the block, right arm is down, and then taking a twist, right arm reaching to the sky. 2 breaths here. Try not to collapse all your weight into that bottom hand. Imagine there's something you're reaching for on the ceiling with that right hand. On your next exhale, bring that right hand down. Move the block out of the way. And then curl the back toes under, lift your back knee, taking it up a level. Inhale, up. If this is too much for the balance, you can drop that back knee again, no problem. Every inhale, lengthening, lifting up and out of our waist. Every exhale, getting a little lower through the hips. One more inhale. And on our exhale, we're going to drop the back heel, reach our arms front to back for Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Leg is working hard. We're getting it nice and warm. Reach those arms front to back. Take one more breath. And then cartwheel the arms down. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Shimmy out any legs you need to, hips. And then find some stillness in your downward. Remember, our knees can always be bent in our downward. We want to lift the tailbone to the sky and actively press our hands into the floor as if you're pushing the floor away. Take a nice deep breath and lift that left leg. Exhale, step it forward. Back knee drops, right? And if you step forward and you're here, just make the adjustments you need to. Everybody's body is different. That block can come inside again. Once the front heel is flat, our knee is down. Inhale, lift up. Keeping the chest tall, but trying to drop the hips slightly. Weight is in the front heel, not the toes. Next exhale, bring your hands down, framing your front foot. Right hand is on our block. Left arm is then going to inhale up to the sky. You can either look towards that arm if that feels good, that reaching arm, or you can look straight ahead or even down. Find what feels best for your neck where there's no strain. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Block comes out of the way. And then curl the back toes under, lift your knee. Make any adjustments you might need. Slowly rise up. Once you have your balance, inhale, arms reach. Keep that front leg nice and strong. I know that thigh is really on fire. One more inhale. On your exhale, back heel drops, reaching front to back. That front heel should be in line with our back foot. Shoulders relaxed, arms reaching long. Back leg is straight. Bend in the front knee. Breathe. Next, exhale, cartwheel it down. Find your way back into your downward facing dog. Steady breath. And then walk those feet towards your hands or hands to your feet. Inhale, partial lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale with that flat back, sweep it all the way up. And exhale to heart. Couple balance challenges here. Inhale the arms out. Exhale the right arm under your left. Two options here. For beginners, simply hug your shoulders and try to keep the elbows down. I want to make sure I don't mess up my microphone here. If you are more advanced and you are familiar with eagle pose, you can wrap the arms. We want to make sure the wrists are not crooked though, so be gentle and make sure you're not pulling on your thumb either. Finding that wrapped position. Let's see what I can do here. There we go. We're going to sit down into a chair. From here, we're going to cross the right leg over the left. If the balance is not feeling great, bring those toes to the floor. And then just sit your butt back. And let your chest come forward slightly. Now you're going to notice that your hips want to turn. You want to try and keep them side by side. If the balance is feeling good, you're going to see if you can just keep those toes floating, or maybe you can even wrap the toes behind the calf. One more breath. On your inhale, release it all, big stretch up. Exhale, mountain. And then same thing, other side. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, left arm comes under, hug it or wrap. Elbows pull down. All right, even if we're hugging, we're going to pull those elbows down. So I'll do that on this side. We sit a little bit back in that chair as if there's a chair behind us we're trying to find. And then inhale, left leg comes up, crossover. And then toes can come to the ground for support, right? And we can just try to sit lower in that chair, keeping our hips even. Or if we're going for that wrap, go ahead, try to find that wrap. You'll notice the more you try to wrap, your hips are going to want to move. So make sure, keep drawing that right hip forward, left hip back as you sit. Take one more breath. Inhale, let it go. And exhale, mountain. All right, one more balance posture, and then we get to cool it down. All right, we're going to do a little hip opener here. So in eagle, we kind of, with the crossing of the leg, we internally rotate, which is great. Now we're going to externally rotate. So tree pose. We're going to shift that weight into our left foot. Doesn't matter what side you do first, by the way. If you're following me and I'm mirroring, don't worry about it. So we've got options here. Toes can stay down for support of your balance. And if that allows you the power to lift up taller, squeezing your butt and opening your hips, keep the toes down. Don't force the balance if it's not there today. If we go for a more challenging balance, the foot comes up. It can rest on our calf. We can use the hand to guide it to the thigh as well. Just try not to place your foot on your knee. Once we have where we're going to try and remain, you can bring hands to heart center or any other version that feels good for you, that you feel called to. And then you're just going to focus on that steady breath, keeping your legs strong and engaged, and growing tall as if you're trying to lift up out of your hips. And again, squeezing your glutes, those butt muscles, to press the hips slightly forward and open. On your next exhale, let it all go. Shake out the foot. Normal for feet and ankles to get a little burny because of the work they're doing to balance. Shift to the other leg. Every side is different. Every day is different. You're like, why is my balance so off today? Your nervous system might be tired, shot. You've been under a lot of stress or emotions. It's normal. Find that tree pose on the other side. It may look different than the first side. That's okay. And then find what you'd like to do with the hands, your mudra. Breathe. Take one more breath in. And on your exhale, let it go. Give those feet a little shake, a little march, whatever you need. And then we're going to inhale, reach it up. On your exhale, take a fold. Once your hands reach the floor, and again, use the mat if you need to, or excuse me, the block if you need to, let's go ahead and separate those feet a little wider. If you have a traditional yoga mat, just go to the edges of that yoga mat and allow yourself to take that fold. Again, rolling that weight forward. If we're using the block, hands on the block. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Take a breath. And then we're going to move this into a gentle twist. Right hand is going to reach to the sky as the left hand plants on the floor. Allow the right knee to bend. Again, try not to collapse all your weight into the hand. Imagine there's something you're reaching for above you. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Right hand is going to come down and we switch. Left arm up. Allow that left knee to bend a little more. On your next exhale, left hand comes down. And we're going to walk ourselves into a tabletop. Finding our cat and cow one more time. Inhale, belly drops for cow, gazes forward. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck your tailbone, belly button draws up towards the spine as you round for cat. And then release, finding your child's pose, knees wide, toes touch. Let your forehead drop to the floor. We're going to take 3 cleansing breaths here, inhaling through your nose and allow yourself to sigh it out slowly through the mouth. After you've taken those 3 deep breaths, you're going to slowly bring yourself back to tabletop. And then we're going to roll onto our back. Our knees are going to be bent, feet flat as we lay down. We want that block nearby, if I can find it. There it is. All right, keep that block within reaching distance. Scoot down a little here. Arms by our side. You're going to notice that as you lay here, our lower back naturally has that curve that lifts off the floor. So what I'd like you to do is on your next inhale, simply tuck your tailbone, pressing that lower back into the ground, removing that space. And then on your exhale, just let that relax, let that curve return, the space between your back and the mat. And then inhale, gentle tilt, press the back flat. And exhale, let it go. And then we're going to take that one more time. Inhale. And this time on our exhale, we're going to lift the hips up to the sky, take your block and place it under the lower back for a passive glute bridge. So we're allowing the legs to relax here. You can walk your feet closer to your body if that feels good. Just keep them hip distance away from one another so they're not touching. We're just allowing the hips to open here with our breath. If you'd like to be more active, you can lift the hips up, pressing heels down, squeezing the backside of your legs, and breathe here with a little more engagement. If you choose that, just take about 2 breaths there and then find your block again and meet us in this nice, relaxed, passive bridge. On your next inhale, we're going to lift off that block just so that you can lower yourself all the way down. Allow the legs to extend. Final couple poses here. Inhale your right knee to your chest and give it a big hug, grabbing the front of your shin. Try not to squish your ribs. Think you're going to bring your leg out and then in. You're going to notice your body wants to roll to that right side. Try to use your core strength and maybe use your right hand to kind of press to try and keep you even on your mat. One more inhale. And on your exhale, release the right hand. Use your left hand to come into a twist, gently guiding your knee across your body. Your gaze can stay straight up. Or if you'd like a deeper twist, slowly see if you can move your gaze towards your extended arm. We want both shoulders on the mat. Lower back's going to come off. That's fine. Take one more deep breath here. After you've completed that breath, use your left hand to guide your knee back to center and then let it go. And then we'll take it to the other side. Inhale, left leg comes up, knee is bent, grab the front of your shin, bring it out, and then in. So it's almost compressing that side body. You might feel some tension in the hip, little compression there as well. It's great for circulation. And in this posture, we're also massaging the ascending colon on the right, the descending on the left, helps digestion. Release that left arm, and then use your right hand to guide your knee across for that twist. Again, trying to keep both shoulders equal on the mat. Everybody's leg will be in different place. Some people are up here, feel really tight. I allow them to relax their foot to the floor if that helps, or to their opposite leg. I like to just float my foot across. Again, if you're taking that deeper twist, you can gaze towards your left arm. If you're gazing over, bring your head back through center, and then inhale, bring that leg back. Exhale, let it go. And then inhale, hug both knees into your chest. Try not to cross the ankles. We have that tendency. You want to keep ankles, knees, hips all side by side. Relax your head down. Doesn't matter what you grab. If you want a stronger grip, you can lift your head to grab opposite elbows or forearms, but make sure you're able to relax your head back to the floor. And you're going to take 3 nasal breaths here, in and out through your nose. As you inhale, letting your grip be a little softer. And as you exhale, trying to hug those knees in a little tighter, but equally pushing your lower back down towards the floor. So we're releasing that spine. After you've completed that 3rd breath, allow your legs to go nice and long, arms to rest by your side, palms face the sky. This is our Shavasana, also known as corpse pose. They say this may be the hardest yet most important posture of class. It's the time to try and connect with your breath and body again, but this time in total stillness. It's very easy for us to want to bring our thoughts to what we have to do next. but I'm going to guide you through a little relaxation. So I want you to stay lying in this Shavasana. I am going to sit up just to talk you through, but simply listen to my voice and see if you can release in your Shavasana just for a minute of guided meditation. As you inhale, I want you to imagine a softness coming across your forehead, your jaw, and as you exhale, that softness continues down your neck, across your upper back, and through the front of your shoulders. Your next inhale expands the belly, the low back, creating space in areas of tension. And on your exhale, the belly, your back, your arms and fingers soften. One more breath in, creating relaxation and space in your hips, your thighs. And as you exhale, that release continues down the knees, through your calves, into your ankles and feet. Inhale and exhale even slower. As you inhale, count the beats. If you inhale for a beat of 5, see if you can exhale for a beat of 6 or even 7. Stay here with your breath for as long as you need. When you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, move slowly and thank yourself for giving yourself this space and time to practice. The light and teacher in me honors the light and teacher in you, and all things. Namaste.